Hello, welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by, checking out my channel. My channel, it's all about crochet, a little bit about knitting, and a lot about yarn, and my journey in this fantastic yarny community. Returning subscribers, thanks so much for coming back and spending a little bit of your Monday with me. I really do appreciate you. Today, Mondays are usually make along Monday, but you all know my personal life is a mess right now. My husband is still in the hospital, still not in the rehab center. So yeah, it's a lot of up in the air. So when I have a few minutes of downtime, I'm going to come on and just hang out with you guys for a few minutes, show you what I'm working on, update you on what's going on. I have been buying a lot of yarn. I think it's like my coping mechanism. Some people eat, some people drink. I buy yarn, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Yarn makes me happy, and when I'm stressed, I buy the yarn. So in the coming weeks, I will have a lot of yarn to show you. I have a yarn haul to show you today, only because I want to show you it real quick, because one of the projects that I want to do, I want to use the yarn that came in the mail. Also wanted to remind you, if you saw my little short video on Friday, if you want to send me a granny square or 2 or 12 so that I can sew them together for Boggy Blankets, my mailing address is listed below. You can reach out to me on my Facebook group. You can reach out to me on Instagram, my email, through the comments here on YouTube. If you have any questions, I'll link that video below. Basically what I'm looking for is 5x5 squares, and I don't care what you do with those 5x5 squares, as long as they're 5x5 and that they have and they're made out of 4-weight yarn. That way I can keep them kind of consistent as to, because the yarn that I'm going to use to sew them together are either the bobbins or the Mona Lisa yarn. So if you can do a 5x5 square with a number 4-weight yarn for the cost of the stamp, you can participate in the Boggy Blanket drive. I know that a lot of people, it's just too much to mail a whole blanket. It's expensive. I get it. Shipping is ridiculous. And this was a thought I had, that, you know, if you want to participate but you don't have to mail a whole blanket, mail me your squares. I'll sew them together. I'll get them to Nancy. So I'll link Nancy's video below that talks about Boggy Creek. I'll list Lynette and of Charmed Grammy Crochet and Billy the Crafty Floridian, because they're all the 3 of them are the cogs here. They're the ones that are putting this all together. And I'll link my video explaining all the details of the granny squares that I'm looking for. Excuse me. So what have I been working on while I've been, dealing with my husband? I finished, and I thought I mentioned this, but apparently I didn't. I finished one version of the Haven Light cardigan. It's a pattern by Cactus and Lace Design. It is free on her blog, or you can buy the PDF on Ravelry. Guys, I love this pattern so much. It is an oversized cardigan. It is made with 10 inches of positive ease. Somebody had asked me, and let's see if I can find, I'm sitting in my living room because the rest of the house is an oven, because I haven't been here, so my air conditioner was turned down. So I'm in my living room where I normally sit and crochet, and this is my little, whip part. Somebody asked me, the large, what is the starting chain length? And we are going to measure this out. For the size large that I did, the ribbing is 56 inches of ribbing. And then you turn it on its side, and then you build the back up. So I've finished this, so I've already seamed it. So it's all this all the way across, and then you split off a section for this shoulder, front and shoulder, this section, and then up the middle for the back, and then you sew on the sleeves. This construction is so easy, and so I can see using this construction on several different kinds. I went with the white ribbing on the front because I think it matched the bottom nicely. The sleeves turned out perfect. They are meant to be puffy. So you start with, I believe it's for the size large now. It's a 10 chain front back loop only ribbing for 32 rows. And then when you flip it and start to do in the round, you double that so that it's meant to be puffy. So if you didn't want puffy sleeves, you could adjust it. I think it's darling the way it is. But here it is. This is the Hirschner's mill ends, and I think this sweater came out beautifully. Look at the back. The ombre effect with this yarn is so gorgeous. The only thing I could not do, and I have plenty of yarn left over. I had 2 cakes, and there's 32 yards in each cake. I have plenty left over. I'm honestly thinking of using the leftovers for a mini pop cardigan by MJ Off the Hook. Have you seen those? So cute. For my youngest granddaughter, Olivia. But the pockets they would have been 2 different colors because it would have run out. You couldn't have made 2 of the same color. And I don't think that would have looked very nice. So this particular one, I'm leaving the pockets off. I'm kind of bummed about it, but I think it's going to be okay. This is going to my granddaughter Carson in Michigan. This acrylic alpaca yarn, the mill ends, oh sweet mother of beautiful yarn. So beautiful to work at. Look, the stitch definition is fantastic. I can't say enough good things about this yarn. It's beautiful and I love it. This pattern is easy to follow. If you are hesitant about making a wearable, this is made in basically a flat panel, minimal seaming. You just literally seam up the sleeve here, seam up the sleeve here, or the shoulder, I'm sorry, shoulder here, and add your sleeves in. That's it. And then the neckline ribbing you add in after. It is incredibly easy, but it makes a beautiful garment. And I am on the hook for 4 more. I've started a second one. This one is, I've mentioned before, my son is the head coach for the high school that he teaches at for their football team. He's the head football coach, head varsity football coach. They had a silent auction and steak dinner to try to raise money for new uniforms for this year. And they wanted a lot of handcrafted things to be auctioned off. They had some of the, gift cards and but they wanted some extra special things. So I said, hey, I'll make the winner a cardigan in the size that they choose. and the woman wanted a white cardigan because the school colors are red and white, and I have a ton of kubu left over in white. And this is a number 3, and that's what this Haven Light cardigan calls for, is a number 3. So I've started a second one in the kubu, and I'm telling, I love this in the kubu. And kubu is the yarn that she uses in her, no, she uses the comfy cotton, but she says that kubu is a good alternative. So you can see, you know, I'm almost ready. I've got, I think, 5 more rows to go before I split off for the 3 panels, the back and the 2 sides. But this is so gorgeous, and it works up really fast. The longest, of course, is always the sleeves. I don't know what is it about sleeves. They just take forever. But look at and this one I did specific to the pattern. I even did the bobbles or the puff stitches, and it's cute. See, this one I didn't do the puff stitches because, you know what, I really hate puff stitches. I just did, where is it? La 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 la. You can't see it in the dark. Here we go. I did clusters instead, which I think is just as cute, but the pattern, the product that I showed the woman who paid for this one, she saw the bobbles, so I'm like, yeah, I'll do the puff stitches because that's what it calls for. Super drapey, super. Is this going to be a great layering cardigan in Michigan? So that's the other thing, one of the other things I've been working on. I am using the recommended 5.5mm hook. This is one of those Omi hooks from Amazon, which with this kubu, I absolutely love how this hook works. So that's the second cardigan that I'm working on. And then, you all know my friend Jackie, my evil twin. She has a make-along going on. I love the 80s. She had Thriss dye some yarn. It's a thing. Check her out. I'll link her below. And well before I know she was doing this, I had started a boggy blanket, doing the Jacob's Ladder. And voila, we have an 80s blanket. So I have done, this is what I've been working on a lot. This one and the other one I'll show you in a minute. I've been working on this. This one's almost halfway done. We're about 28 inches at this point, and it has to go to 50. So I love, love, love the colors in this. I am using Big Twist in hot pink, black, and teal from Joann's. You all know it's basic acrylic, perfect for Bogey Creek. I mean, look how cute. I was showing somebody, but look how cute that Jacob's Ladder part is going to look, alternating between the teal, the pink, and the black. It is so pretty. This pattern is from Sandy at Crochet A Canada, her Jacob's Ladder tutorial, and that is that one. And the last blanket I've started on that is part of another make-along. Judy's Creations in Crochet once a month does a inspiration picture of some flowers. This month it's gladiolas. I'll pop the picture in here, and it's beautiful pinks and greens and some blues and purples. And I'm doing a modern granny rectangle using these Caring Lava cotton cakes. I'm using candied flowers, apricot sorbet. What's this one? And rosewater biscuit. And I'm just going like every 3 rows, changing from the variegated to the solid. My husband says this looks like Lucky Charms. but it's just a very sweet, soft, muted colors of the pink and the purple and the yellow, and there's some green and a little bit of a bluish and aqua. It's just, and this yarn makes a really nice blanket. I don't know why I never thought about using this as a blanket before. I have a ton of this in my yarn room. But this is gonna be a really pretty addition to the Boggy Creek, collection. And like I said, I'm using the modern granny. So like there's the 3 clusters and then a row of chain 3s, and then you go back. It's just something different. So it's not just the same thing over and over and over. I love the colors. I love how this is working up. I'm using a 6mm hook, so it's giving it a little more drape and flow. Super soft, super. This is going to be and it's, I'm pretty sure these are machine washable. Otherwise I wouldn't have been using it. Machine wash and dryable, so super easy care for the kids and their parents to take care of these blankets. So yeah, the 2 blankets have been what I've been kind of concentrating on while I'm sitting in the hospital with my husband. So those are the things that I can show you right now that I'm working on. I am still working on my grandson's Tunisian sweater, but let me tell you a little story. Yeah, I lost my hook somewhere. I don't know if I dropped it when I was leaving the hospital, if it got left behind when they transferred him from a regular room to the PICU. And I only had 1 hook in the right size that had a cord on it. So I had to order one. And of course, living out in the middle of nowhere like I do, I don't get next day Amazon. It's always once a week Amazon. And so I won't get my new hook until Tuesday. And then I'm going to concentrate on that and get that finished, because his birthday is the 21st and I need to get it done and in the mail by next week sometime. So yeah, now I've got myself under a time crunch. I'm really close. I have a little bit left to do on the second sleeve, then the bottom ribbing and the neckline ribbing, and that part should go pretty fast. And I'll show you it before I mail it off. I'll either take a picture of it if I can't make a video, or I definitely will show you in a video. But I really am enjoying making this sweater with the Tunisian. I love working Tunisian. So the last thing I have to show you, and I have to move over this way to grab it. Sorry, because I didn't have enough room over here. I have a Hobbii order. Hobbii? Is it Hobbii or Hobbii? Hobbii. Hobbii? I'm going with Hobbii. I may be wrong. Sorry for the crinkles. So, the reason I wanted to show you this is because my daughter-in-law, who is also a teacher in Michigan with my son, she's at a different high school, and their color is green. And I didn't have the right color green to make her a cardigan. So I ordered some Hobbii butterfly. This isn't very, very green, although that's okay. What's down in here? I love this. Look how gorgeous that is. This is almost dark. This is dark teal. This is not green. Oh well, she's gonna have to like it. She likes teal. Teal's her other color. But look how gorgeous this is. I'm trying to, it's gray. There's the green. There's some green and some gray. Let's see if they've got one that's kind of, oh no, it popped off. Ugh. Dang it. I love this yarn so hard. It is so gorgeous. This is a fine number 3, upside down. 547 yards. To do a large one of these Haven Light cardigans. It takes 1,500 yards. She's a medium, so I'm not gonna need quite that much. I think it's more like 14, I think it said 1450, 1470 for the medium. This is 100% acrylic, sheen washed and dryable, made in Turkey, designed in Denmark, uses a 4.4 to 4.5 hook or needles. It has the Ogotex standard. It is so soft and so squishy and so beautiful, and the color is absolutely gorgeously saturated. This is going to make a beautiful cardigan. I cannot wait to finish that white, because I've got to get all 3 of these in the mail. They are all going to the same place. So as soon as I get this white one done, I'm going to start boogieing on this one, so that I can get these out in the mail before school starts, which is, I think they don't start in Michigan. They don't start until after Labor Day. Up here down here in Florida, they start next week. My daughter in Indiana, they start in like 2 weeks. Why can't everybody just get on the same schedule? How crazy is that? Anyway, so here's the 3 that are going for my daughter-in-laws. And then I got a little bit selfish and I bought some for myself. Now, I already had some of this in, oh, did I tell you what color? It doesn't give you a name, but it is color 14. Look at that, so pretty. Oh. This is color number 3. And it is the blues and the grays, and there's like a light gray in there. I cannot wait. This one is, I'm being a little selfish. I'm making this one for myself. And I have a 3rd one over here. So, and I have, I think, a 4th one of these somewhere, so that I can make the extra large, or might even go to the 2X, because I really like, well, an extra large with 10 inches of positive ease might be okay, but I want a big, soft, squishy throw-on card. I love wearing cardigans. I know everybody's like, that's all you make. Well, I enjoy making them, but I also enjoy wearing them. I wear them all the time. They're so comfortable and so comforting. So this is selfishly for me. So that is my Hobbii order. And I did get candy. It's down in the bag still. So, because one time I didn't get any and I felt slighted, but this time I got it. Not that I'm going to eat it, but I have it. So anyway, guys, that's it. I know this is a little bit longer than I normally go, but I'm going to be sporadic for a while. And I know you all understand it, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your thoughts, your prayers. We're going to get through this a little bit at a time, but you know what? That's okay. We're by God's grace, we're going to get through this. So don't forget, check out my video about the granny squares. Mail me your granny squares. I'm excited to start getting some packages so I can sew them together to make some really great blankets for the kids. We're not going to put them in any like special order. We're going to make kaleidoscope of colors and patterns. And so if you want to make a 3D square, or if you want to make a solid granny square, you want to make a traditional granny square, go for it. The more the merrier, the different the better. Just kind of keep them to the 5-inch sides, so that I can, whatever color I pick to be the borders, I can at least run a row around them to tie it all together. So that's kind of my thinking. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go. I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to take care of yourself. I'm really trying, you guys. I'm trying to remember that, because if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of the ones you love. But above all, be kind to everyone. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.